I sat in Sasha's living room, holding a cup of warm tea. Sasha's house felt strangely odd. Because of the family's unease about darkness, the whole house was completely lit with candles. I understood it, but honestly, after what I just went through, it felt creepy. I brought some of my dad's clothes. They might be a little big on you, but it's better than nothing. Sasha handed me the clothes. I blushed as I watched her eyes stare and wander just a little longer than they should have. I felt a little nervous. They were still in the room with me. Did they want me to change in a different one? Do you want me to change in the bathroom? I finally voiced my thoughts. Does it really matter? We've both already gotten a good look at you. Sasha's mom was tough to deal with at times. I only talked to her a handful of times, but she seemed to like to mix her interactions between teasing and being sweet. Come on, Mom, let's give Evan a little privacy. Don't be such prudes, kids. And I happened to notice where your eyes went when we were following behind Evan. Oh, Mom. I chuckled. It was kind of nice to know that I wasn't the only one she liked to tease. It was just her personality, I guess. They left the room with Sasha still red-faced and her mom giggling. I stood up and began to start to put on the pants. And right as I started, Sasha's mom poked her head back into the room. She was doing this on purpose, I know it. What an odd mother. Would you like some more tea, dear? No? I just nodded. Okay then. I hurried and finished getting dressed faster than it takes for a streetlight to change. I sat in the room by myself. My thoughts started to wander. Was I really just going crazy? Sasha said she just saw her dad, but that was impossible. He should have been fighting with me at the time. Just what was going on? Did I just have a mental episode? I got up and headed to the kitchen. I could see Sasha's mom standing over a small pot that was being heated up by the fire under it. In her hand was a vial. I blinked. No. There was no way. The vial was poison. It was labeled strychnine. Wasn't that stuff illegal? How'd she even get a bottle of it, and for what reason would she want one? She poured the contents of the vial into the tea. Was she trying to poison me? Because her husband failed? She was gonna kill me now? I backed away from the kitchen. Was this seriously happening? And now it becomes really tough to tell what's reality and what's fiction. Like, what's he imagining? I kind of like this part where it takes a psychological twist and you got this unreliable narrator. Really interesting. No, it can't be. Are you feeling okay, Evan? You look a little pale. I jumped a little. I didn't even hear Sasha come back into the room. I needed to calm down. I was too jumpy. There's probably a logical explanation. Yeah, I'm okay. Come sit back down. You need to rest, I think. Sasha took my hand and pulled me over to the couch. Are you really okay? I nodded. She frowned. Okay, if you say so. Sasha sat next to me. She put her hand on mine. She rested her head on my shoulder. I've missed you so much, Evan. You have no idea. I felt so lonely, like everyone is hiding stuff from me. But I can trust you, right? You said I could always trust you. Yeah, you can trust me. I was scared. No, I guess I still am. I was scared you'd see how weak I was, and then just toss me aside. I didn't want to get hurt, so instead I was the one who hurt you. I broke you, and I could see it, but I only cared about guarding myself. Can you forgive me, Evan? Can you ever forgive me? Of course. But I don't think we should be together. I know I'm just hurting you more right now, and I'm still just engaging in my own selfishness, but please hear me out. I don't want to keep hurting you. You mean too much to me. I want to keep you safe and happy. So the fact that I hurt you, it breaks me so much. I want to just crawl somewhere and just die, to vanish into the lonely darkness. I squeezed her hand. It's okay, we aren't perfect. We have to accept that sometimes we will hurt each other. But I don't want that. I want you to be happy, and I want you to always smile. What about you? What do you mean? What about you? While I'm smiling, are you really? Shouldn't you think about yourself just a little? I'd rather have everyone else be happy. I don't matter that much. Seeing everyone else happy is enough. Well, it matters to me. I want you to be happy too. But Even if people don't smile all the time, it doesn't mean they still can't be happy. Experiencing all emotions is what makes the world interesting. If everyone was smiling all the time, would it really be a happy world? But I understand you want people to be happy. You don't like things to be complex or sad, but that just isn't possible. I'd rather be with you than be a smiling robot. I don't want to lose you. I just can't, Evan. I don't want to hurt you. It felt like my world died at that time. Then isn't it all the more reason for us to stay together? No, you mean too much to me. I love you too much for us to be together. I can't stand it when you're in pain. Can't you see? Our love is toxic because we love each other too much. How can that even be possible? Wouldn't that make a relationship stronger? That doesn't even make sense. You just don't want to accept it. Yeah, that's right. I won't accept something as stupid as that. I pulled her into another room. One by one, I blew out the candles until there was only one remaining. I could see the nervous and frightening look on her face. I felt bad doing this, but I had to get through to her. Do you trust me? Sasha, do you trust me? Yes, I do. I blew out the last candle. The light went away like it never existed. However, we were still here, there in the darkness. I squeezed her hand. I could feel her warmth radiating and hear her breaths. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. I pulled her into a hug. I could feel her shaking. This must be a nightmare for her. I can feel you. Remember my warmth. I'm not going away. Even if I'm in pain, I'll still be there, and I can handle myself. I don't need you to crumble for me. Just trust me. Trust that I can handle things. That I won't fall under the weight of the world. And you don't have to take my pain for me. I can stand on my own. But it hurts to see you. That is reality, but we can shoulder it together. We don't need to allow ourselves to be broken apart, and even if we are shattered to pieces, the other can just put us back together. We aren't alone. We are together, and we can stand tall no matter what. So let's not stand alone. I don't know. Don't you trust me? I do. Then why do you still refuse to take my hand? Why do you always make me feel this way? I want to be near you, but at the same time I don't want to get close. It's okay. Everything will be okay. I hugged her tight. Everything will be okay. I promise. Oh, and what were the two of you doing in the dark together in a cramped room? A little 7 minutes in heaven? Mom. My eyebrow went up. How did she even know what that was? Well, 7 minutes in heaven's kind of an older thing, so of course she'd know. She giggled and gestured to the seats on the couch. Come sit. Have some tea. Fine, as long as you stop with that teasing. We sat down and Sasha's mom poured us 2 cups of tea. Wait, this tea, we need to not drink it. It's poisoned. But why would she poison her own daughter? Stop. Sasha stopped just inches from drinking the tea. Something wrong? How could I explain it? That her mom was trying to kill us? Or would she possibly even believe that? Evan? I was blanking. What could I even say? Even I was having trouble believing it. Do you need to lie down? You can use the spare room, Evan, right, Mom? Of course. I'll show you where it is. Hold on, I want to finish my tea first. No! I tried to stop her, but Sasha downed the tea so fast. The poison tea. Sasha drank it. It's really good, Evan. You should try it. I really didn't want to, but I suppose if Sasha's gonna die, I'd rather go with her. I took a deep breath and chugged the tea. It wasn't poisoned. After minutes of waiting and getting no reaction, that was what I concluded. Was I just imagining it? Maybe I made up the whole thing, even the part with Sasha's dad. Mom, are you okay? Sasha's mom was holding her head. She seemed to be in a little pain. It's just a headache. Nothing really to worry about. Did she poison her own tea, only? This is weird. Are you sure? Yes, I'm fine. I'll get plenty of rest tonight. That is really weird. Okay. I glanced around the room and noticed some old photo hanging up on the wall. It looked like it had to be at least 150 years old. What is that photo of? Ah, you didn't know, Evan. My family was one of the 7 founding families of Willow Falls. This is a picture of when they first established the town. Wow, really? Yep, Let's see, there's my family, the Cadenzas, the Sanfords, the Valencias, the Justices, the Rosarios, and the Fears. Or Fires, or I don't know how you say that. But interesting, I wonder if there's some kind of conspiracy with the older members of the town. That's probably what it is. Sasha's family, Tone and Reed's family, Noel's family, and the rest of the names didn't sound familiar. I don't think I know that many of them. Well, the Justices have a son, but he's a little bit older than your sister. The Valencias have a daughter around our age who goes to a special school. I'm pretty sure the Rosarios and the Fears moved away. Still don't know them. I got to meet them sometimes as a kind of gathering of the 7 families. I see. Fine, ignore my pride. Sorry, if it's a big deal, I understand. You better. I was gonna say something, but instead of words, out came a yawn. You sound so exhausted, why don't you take a rest? I glanced at Sasha's mom. I still didn't fully trust her, but I was tired. I stared up at the ceiling. Was I really just imagining everything? The attack underground? The poison in the tea? Was I just going crazy? I think you might be onto something. I stared at Sasha's dad in the darkness. I had killed him. What's wrong? Feeling a little guilty? I'm just on edge. I think you just need to calm down a bit. I let out a sigh. Maybe Sasha's dad was right. I just needed to calm down. It was what everyone was telling me to do. Maybe I'd find out this was all just a nightmare. Sierra's death, Dad's, Noel's, Sasha's dad. If only I could wake up, and they'd all still be here. You know that's not the case. Sierra? You know the reality, don't try to run from it. But I don't want it. I could have done something, I know it. Neither of them said anything to me. Why was life so cruel? I needed to leave soon. I had to run away with Riker. Maybe I could escape town and find Alana. I blew out the candles Sasha had given to me. It was time for bed now. I closed my eyes and drifted off to sleep. The soft creaking of the door opening woke me up. I could hear someone as they tried to walk quietly over the squeaking floorboards. Was it Sasha? I heard the squeak of the wooden floor. They were getting closer and closer to me. I couldn't see anything in the darkness, but I stayed on alert. If it happened to be Sasha, I just apologized later. But after the Reaper's night, I was not taking chances. I wasn't going to lower my guard. They just stood right over me. I could hear their breath. I could feel their presence. They stood there, not moving, just staring down at me. Just staring, just waiting, doing nothing. Wait. My body instantly went on alert. Something was wrong. If it was Sasha or Mom, then they would have come in with a light. It wouldn't be dark. And then I felt something grab me. No, it was like a ton of hands were grabbing every spot on my body at once. They started to pull me down to a pool of darkness. I stared up at the figure standing next to me. Vicious purple eyes stared right into my soul. It was like their gaze paralyzed my body. It didn't look like anything I'd ever seen. It didn't feel like anything normal. This was something not belonging to our world. Intense fear like nothing I'd ever felt before coursed through my mind. They looked so haunting in the darkness, like the eyes of some demonic being. I felt the hands wrap around my neck. This was just like the time before, only this was so much worse. Whatever this was, it wasn't human. That much I was sure of. I lay there completely helpless, thanks to the hypnotic lure of those purple eyes. Was this the end? Was I gonna get pulled into the darkness? I closed my eyes, but even then, I could still see those eyes. They haunted me, even when I shouldn't be able to see them. And then I felt nothing. I could move. I wasn't being pulled down anymore. I opened my eyes, the figure standing by the bed was gone. I turned on the flashlight and scanned the room. Nothing out of the ordinary. Did I just imagine it? I wasn't sure anymore. I wasn't sure of anything. I flipped the flashlight off and closed my eyes again. However, I did not sleep. The creaking of the floorboards returned. This time I wasn't wasting any time. I turned the flashlight on and shined it right at the sound. What the hell? Sasha's mom let out a scream. What was she doing here? And then I noticed what was in her hands, a large kitchen knife. I shook my head. No, this wasn't happening. It was just a dream. Just a nightmare in my head. I closed my eyes. I just need to banish it away. A nightmare can't hurt me. The temporary insanity can't harm me. I opened my eyes. Sasha's mom was standing an inch in front of me holding the knife. You don't exist. This is just a trick of my brain or something. She laughed and then stabbed the knife into my shoulder blade. She existed. Still say this is a nightmare? I gulped. It was definitely a nightmare, but a completely different meaning of the word. I pushed against her body and threw her against the wall. It was different than fighting Sasha's dad. I was a stronger person now. The knife flew out of her hand as she crashed into the dresser. It skidded across the floor over by the door. I dove off the bed and scooped it up. I turned around. Sasha's mom had collected herself and she was walking towards me. Don't make me do this. I don't want to hurt you. We both know you can't actually do it, Evan, so just give me the knife. My eyes hardened. I didn't want to do it, but I'd already stepped down the dark path. There was no going back now. I stabbed her right in the chest as she walked up to me. She laughed and stared down at me. She lifted up her arms and caressed my shocked face. Was that supposed to hurt? Go ahead, you powerless child. Stab me as many times as you want. You can't harm me. Go ahead. Try endlessly until despair overcomes your mind and soul. I pulled the knife out and stabbed it in her again, and again, over and over. Blood splattered everywhere, but she just kept laughing. Wait, what was going on? This was just a nightmare after all? It must be in my head. No one can survive that many stab wounds. This is just a bad dream. It's all in my mind. It has to be. Poor child. Let me end your suffering. Her hands wrapped around my neck. Was this hopeless? I could feel my mind slipping away. There must be something. Some way. If a knife doesn't do anything, there must be something. Something. Anything. Come on, think. Wait, the flashlight. I don't know exactly why, but when I pointed at her, she seemed to be in pain. This better work. I pointed right at her face. Ah, you little. My sanity was going. Never before could I have done such a brutal act like I just did. I lifted the knife up and stabbed her right in the face. She let out a horrid scream and then finally fell to the floor. I let out a sigh of relief and dropped to the floor as well. I didn't know what was going on, but at least it was over for now. I let out a scream as suddenly my leg was grabbed. I told you, you can't kill me. She stared up at me from the floor, blood dripping her face. You can't kill me. I kicked her hand over and over again. I needed to get her to let go. You're wasting your time. I gritted my teeth. I felt a burning sensation in the spot she was grabbing. It was like her hand was burning me. I pointed the flashlight right at her arm. It burned away. It turned to black dust and faded into nothing. Ah, you brat. She began to writhe on the floor as I pointed the flashlight at her face. Evan, stop. It's me, Sasha's mom. If you do this, Sasha will never forgive you. She'll hate you forever. You need to stop, for the good of your future. You need to stop. I didn't even hesitate. I kept the flashlight pointed on her as she screamed and pleaded with me, until she finally burned away into the black dust. This time I knew. It was over. But my heart wouldn't stop racing. I had just killed her. I killed Sasha's mom, and this time, unlike with her dad, I did it on purpose. Her last words echoed in my mind. Sasha, she'd never forgive me. I can't let her find out. She can never find out the truth. But something was strange. She just turned to black dust. Just what was going on? Sasha, she was human, right? I don't know anymore. I don't know anything. But I can't let her know about this, ever. You're going to hide something from my baby. Couples shouldn't hide things from each other. Evan, I don't think that's a good idea. This can only end badly. Evan, I don't approve. I shook my head over and over again. Stop. Just stop it. I didn't want to do it. If someone asks you to stop and you continue, you can't really claim that excuse. Admit your crime, son. I told you, you're just a devil. Stop. Stop. I had to get away. I had to get out of this nightmare. I ran to Sasha's room. Evan, what's going on? What time is it? Sasha, I'm leaving town. Come with me. Let's escape. But, don't you trust me? Don't you want to be with me? Don't you love me? I held out my hand to her. Come on, let's get out of this darkness. Okay. And this time she took it.